Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast in a part of a Storm Robotics production. This is an audio podcast as part of a radio edition, and this wherein this audio podcast will have a sort of an overview in around looking at this art this sort of this sort of sort of another art book sort of art book art book in process or in production, and wherein this audio podcast will look to provide will have an overview in looking at in around in around a audio podcast looking at audio podcasts through art, and part of the science art collection, and in this audio podcast, a sort of a sort of an overview in around this art book, this sort of art this anticipated art book, which will sort of have a basis in around the following. So there will be excuse me, there will be a in this art book, in this particular art book, and this art book as part of the as part of this as part of this works. There will the art books, or the art book. This art book will have some basis in around the author. In around the author, we'll look at a sort of an intro to this works. An intro. We'll look at sort of an over a sort of a basis, or a basis in around the broadcast edition, the newscast edition, the editorial edition, the Stormtronics case review, the Tradax intermission, the erudition of Colodax series, the analysis edition, the science of nephrotoxicity, the lobostics monstrosity intermission, and then there will be in this art book, as the case as the latter part as the latter part of this book, of this art book, will have a basis in around some acknowledgements and some dedications. The art book in this art book there will be a sort of a mixture, a sort of a link sort of the audio podcasts that have taken place throughout Storm Robotics Productions, and there will be there is within the art book there's art, and there's several synopses, that are part of the art books as well, and there is in this art book as well, in this art book in around audio podcast through art, there is there is a notes page, in the art books as well, so that notes can be sort of jotted down against or linked to particular works, particular works. And again, as in the case as in the case with other art books, as part of Storm Robotics Productions, as well. The notes pages and the art and this particular and in around this arts book will allow or can and hopefully should encourage sort of service users and providers in aligned to aspects of healthcare, for example, to use the art books to jot down any notes pertaining to aspects of healthcare. That being said, there will be uh, uh, in this art book as well. In this art book, in around audio podcasts through art, uh, there is a in sort of the preface part of the this audio podcast through art book. There is a sort of a a sort of a sort of a surmised sort of basis in around the in on the preface of this art book. And in essence the art book this art book is around, again, sort of using art linked to important elements of healthcare between healthcare sectors from a scientist perspective, and to also raise understanding of health and disease through art and media, and specifically and particularly in around the sort of audio podcasts that have taken place throughout Storm Robotics, throughout sort of Storm Robotics production, and also as part of, again, a general sort of science art basis or collection. And so with the art the towards the latter part of this art book, there the the main aspect of this art book provides one of the main aspects around this art book as well, provides a sort of a reflective basis towards the end aspects of this art book, and wherein there is a sort of a personal reflection, if you like, on this in around this works as well, and so that draws this audio podcast sort of overview in around the audio podcast through art, and a sort of a sort of a quick overview in around another anticipated art book as part of this radio edition, and the art book. This art book, again, will be in process and in production, in process and in production. And so thank you for tuning in, and there will be some descriptive information in on social media as part of this as part of this overview. Thank you for tuning in.